it's JoJo with JoJo Crosses. Welcome back. We are back on Murkywoods, and I am just going to get a few things done on the island that I wanted to get finished today. I want to kind of just block off some of these, basically the parade attendees from my little villagers' houses over here. So I decided to go ahead and put down some of this country fencing that we've been using around the island. And that way there's just a little break between where they're standing and the neighbors' yards and stuff like that. And then I'm going to put in, some filler and things like that in between so that it still looks kind of pretty back there. And then I also may end up adding a few more things in between just to make it look more full and let the little people look like they're having fun out there with, like maybe if they have a little puppy with them or things like that. So anyways, I started out doing this because I just wanted to get a few things kind of just finished and started today. So that is what I was doing here first. But the main thing that we're going to go do today is I want to make our apple cider stand. And then I also wanted to finish up the area that joins over by the campsite. So that is what we'll really be doing today. But I just was in the process of this. I thought I could explain while I'm putting up my fencing. So yeah, it looks pretty good. I'll probably leave it like that until I figure out what I'm doing with these yards, but I'm pretty sure I'm just going to make these yards very, harvesty and pumpkin themed, maybe a few little farms in the yards and things like that, just to keep it, in the harvest section of things. But this is the area that we're working in mainly today, and since I already have my fencing out, I'm going to go ahead and put some down. And so we've got some country fencing going down along the edges just to kind of give it some interest and, something to kind of show that it's kind of blocked off on its own little thing over here. So anyway, this is where our campsite is, obviously, and there's a few more finishing touches that need to go back behind this spot here. And then I want to fill in all these areas in the front as well. So I have a lot of trees, flowers, bushes, things like that that are going to go down. But I need to first figure out like how the cider stall is going to go in over here, because I'm making a little apple cider area. So that is the main thing right here. So I'm going to go ahead and plant sort of an apple orchard over here. And so we'll use a lot of apple trees on this side of the island. And then as I move to the left, we will change it to be going more into the campsite and joining in with that. But since we're on the outskirt area here, I want to put like a few, different things, like it's kind of just starting to come in over here. So that's, so we put down the orchard, and I did put one evergreen up front, and then I put the apple trees kind of at the start, but then mostly over here to the left is our orchard. And I wanted to just kind of fill this in so it looks very full. So we'll have some plants, some flowers, things like that back here. And we'll try to take it to the edge so that we can see, where everything is at this point. I thought up here I would do a little decoration on the ground, and then maybe we'll put a little pumpkin stack or something like that, just to kind of make it kind of festive, I want to have some of the pumpkins out around the island in different spots, especially in the little community areas where the villagers might gather or go shopping, or any little market areas or things like that. And just so you guys, if you guys didn't know, this island I am doing 2 challenges with. One is by Kaylee Games. It's her Friendsgiving challenge, which basically not really a challenge, more just like a fun way of celebrating the fall time, you know. It's not really Halloween per se, but more like fall oriented. And she has 6 different builds that you have to have on the island, and then she also has the requirement of the house has to be themed, and there's like a few different themes that you could pick for your home. The details on that can be found over at Kaylee Games if you wanted to go to her YouTube channel. The link will be below in the description, and you can go see what the requirements are. She goes over that on her channel. And also you can find in my last few videos, I did post in the very beginning all the different rules for Kaylee Games. The other one that I'm doing is for Crossing Maniac, and that is Stacy, and she's doing the Falloween challenge, which you can choose from more of a Halloween centered one or a fall centered one, or you can combine the two. And so both of them kind of collide or coincide with each other, as far as a lot of the builds are similar or can be related to each other. So I decided to do both and incorporate as many of the builds as I can from Stacy's, and then all 6 of the builds from Kaylee's, which was her requirement. So anyway, you should be able to see all that come together when this island is complete. And so this apple cider stall was from Stacy's challenge, and it was one of the requirements in one of the choices. You can choose one of 2 different choices, or you can combine, and that's what mine will be. I'm sorry, I just had a little yawn there. It's late at night when I'm filming this, and I don't want to start over. So this is called Lazy and Tired JoJo. I'm so sorry. Anyways, this is me just planting. I don't know why I thought I could put an apple tree there. I cannot. The trees are like the bane of my existence sometimes, because they can't be too close together, but if you're in nature, they can. So it's not really that realistic. Whoops, I can't even dig here either. I'm just being ridiculous. Anyways, this is me trying to get everything to fit in a little bit, because I wanted to have some pine trees since this is like a foresty island, but also introduce the apple trees all around too, because this is our little apple cider area, and I want to put our booth back here in between these 2 apple trees, and so I thought it would be nice to frame them in with the apple trees. So that's what I'm struggling with, is just getting all these things to fit in. So I don't know why I have to dig 12 times in order to figure out where I'm going here, but it's just me being a goofball. You know, sometimes I get going on something and then I'm like, oh wait, that's not gonna fit, or that will fit, or I think it's gonna fit, and then I realize I'm too close to here or there. So anyway, I'm just being silly. But okay, looks like we've got all the apple cider trees in, or apple trees in, for the most part. And now what I want to do is try to get the pathing finished up over this way and get some stalls put down. And we're going to put a couple of storefronts in the very back to kind of make it look more bulky, like it's kind of a bigger store. rather than just a couple little stalls, you know. So we'll put those down first, and then we're going to put the stalls in the front, and I customized them with the leaf pattern that I had over on the other stalls that I used in the pumpkin patch as well, because I think this is a really pretty pattern. Whoever did this, by the way, beautiful. I believe that it is cited in my original like mood board / design video, so if you want to see that, that will also be linked below once I get that loaded. And then now I want to put a few things over here by the trees to just kind of you know, make it look realistic, like maybe you're climbing up and picking your apples. I don't really know if I like this ladder here. I don't, because see, I want to be able to walk in between a little bit. So let me make sure, you know what, let's just, do I like that? I don't know if I like that. I think I might move it to the other side, but for the time being, let's get some things loaded back in here. Let's put some flowers, fill in these areas, and then we're gonna fill in some greenery, some bushes. I used pretty much the same kind of flowers and stuff all around the island, and so that is what you'll find me filling in with all around the place. So, but I kind of have to do that before I put the objects down, so I know I can fit things in, you know. But here we have a barrel, and I'm gonna put some of the cider all around on the different in the different areas. So I have these little I have a little cash register that I want to put in here. I have a few more other barrels and stuff like that. So I just wanted to get some of this stuff out of my pockets so that, you know, I had them placed. And then we're gonna put down things on top of these as well to make the little cider area where you can come shopping. And we'll have different forms of cider available over here as well. You know, like there's canned cider, sparkling cider, all different things. So anyways, let's pull this little guy out. No, first let's fill in over here. I forgot I went over here first. I have this little flower wagon. I thought that would be cute to put in there, a little cart. As if it's, you know, part of our little cider stand over here or something like that. Put a couple bushes in. I use a lot of wheat field on this island, so we'll be putting in some more flowers and some wheat field and all sorts of things over here, maybe a couple of different designs, stuff like that. So just to fill it in, make it look cohesive. I figured we could put little steps coming in from the beach area over here in case people wanted to walk out this direction from the shopping area here. And I like to kind of join the different pathways with some different ways of doing that. And the planks are really nice because they kind of, you know, just take up a single strip and you don't have to make them all match up. So that is a lot easier than putting down like a whole nother path down here or having to connect this other path over. So anyway, yeah. So this is my little snaky sort of plank path. And then I also wanted to put some things in between the trees just to make it look like, you know, a little more interesting. I like that little log in there, but I do want to put a little something on top of it. So we will, there we are back with our sound. I had to use some of the in-game music because I happened to get some background sound in there in the beginning that I didn't really want. So put the cash register down here and we'll push that back in, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put some of the decorative bottles up here that have the apple on it, and that's an in-game one, so I didn't have to customize it or anything, which is nice. And so I'm going to put quite a few of those in there. I want to put the apple juice down, and I want to put like the sparkling cider. It's such a tiny can of apple juice. All right, and then back here we'll put some more of these decorative bottles because where am I? I did not want the cash register back here. Like, what am I doing? I put the bottles back on there instead, and I wanted to pull this kind of out front just so you can see the merchandise, because, you know, we got to see what we're getting. And then I got some Wheatfield as filler back in there. These little things are so tiny up here. I kind of want to rearrange them a little bit. So let me take some of these down, and maybe I'll put the can, but I'll put the can over here. No, not in the middle. Not in the middle. I have to move the barrel. It's in the way. All right, put the can over here, and then I do have this little smoothie that looks more like apple. It's apple smoothie basically. So I think I'll use that up here instead, just because it's larger, you know? Yeah. So we'll place that up there, and then I threw some barrels in over here, different shades from the pirate barrels, and put even more of the apple cider out here too. So, because, you know, this is what we sell over here. So and if you've ever been to any place like Napa where they sell wine or whatnot, you'll find that a lot of places do things like that, where they'll stack it like all the way out front and stuff where you can find it. And I thought that that light would be cute in between there, and then I wanted to put a little pumpkin seat down here, and I thought I would put another apple smoothie on top of that. It's kind of weird having an apple smoothie out here, but whatever. It's just, you know, the supplies. I wanted to be able to show it. So, and then in here, we're going to put a little pathway that curls around these trees. I won't make you watch me put the whole thing down, but I figured I'd let you see what we're kind of trying to do. So it kind of goes back and then curls around the left side of it. And then I went ahead and put some decorative item here to put a little scarecrow in here, because I thought he was cute. I didn't want the faces in this though, so I turned them around. So I just kind of want the blank pumpkins in this island. Since it's not really a Halloween island per se, I might have a few little spooky things in here that are like that. And I do think I'm going to make like a little pumpkin pond that might be a jack-o'-lantern shape or something, but I don't really want all the faces on the pumpkins. There is one area where you will see them, because I'm going to do a pumpkin carving area, which is also part of Kaylee Games' assignment. And so I will have that over by where I'm going to have, there's going to be a little neighborhood potluck / feast. And where I have that, I'm going to have also a little market area and a little place to carve pumpkins and stuff, like as if the kids were over there doing that, you know. I put a little decayed tree back there to fill in the space. But this is like the cider area, so I thought that was cute. And now I'm going to fill in over by the campground. Our campground is kind of supposed to be the cozy bonfire area, but also a little bit of the mushroom forest trails down into this spot. And so I wanted to have, you know, all of these items out here to make it look kind of whimsical and full of color and things to look at. And so yeah, that's basically what we're doing back here. But anyway, if you guys have not liked this video or subscribed to my channel and you would like to, I would appreciate that so much if you would do that. Also, if you have any like ideas for what would look good in a fall island, say any build ideas or anything, let me know down below. I would be interested in seeing if you had anything different from what I already have planned for this island. Pretty much the island is planned out, but you know, I could always change my mind. So, you know, there's that. But okay, this is nice and full. It's funny because I built some of this in the very beginning when I first created the island, and I just left it there and I kind of liked it. So it ended up mainly staying. And so now I'm just kind of filling in with some other things. I really love this little acorn lamp. It's like one of my favorite little fall items. I think it's super cute. So yeah, I really like that. And then I thought, yeah, let's throw some other things back here. Maybe that little rock would go nicely back here, just to add a little extra something. And I think that's about all we can squeeze back here, to be honest. Maybe another flower. Yeah. Oh, there's 2 flowers by each other that look exactly the same. We'll put some flowers back here if they'll fit. And then, oh yeah, and a bush. And I'm probably going to trap myself in here because I love doing that to myself, but I was able to get out. Yeah, and then I'll probably go back and change out those flowers. It doesn't seem like I noticed it in this part of the video, but hopefully I will remember to go back and change it before I do my dream address. So now that I'm seeing it, I should hopefully remember. I was trying to see if a mush partition would fit right here, but it wouldn't. I think I was standing in the way. So I got the table in there, which was cool, because it just looks like a really big honkin' mushroom, you know? So I kind of like that. And then over here, I thought I would put another one of those trunks that has the mushrooms coming out of it, and maybe a little tiny mushroom too to go down here, a little mushroom stool. Yeah, just to make it look very mushy over here. So anyway, and then over here I thought this area looks kind of blank, so let's put down a big old parasol, because the more mushies the better. I already have like one over way to the left over there, but I thought, you know, it'd be nice to put another one down here because it's cute. I've always wanted to use the red and white mushrooms, but I've never really had an island that had these colors, so I haven't been able to use them. But this is my little cozy bonfire that's supposed to be on Stacy's island for the Falloween. And then now I just need to fill in like all this blank space where we don't have some things. So I'm just gonna keep, you know, pulling out different trees, maybe items that can fill in. I want it to be pretty foresty, you know, because I like it kind of thicker on a foresty island, and this island is supposed to be kind of a fall forest island. So yeah, that is what I'm kind of going for out here. I don't think I remembered to go back and stunt any of these trees, or do I? Oh, I'm going to. Yay me. That one should stunt both of them, but sometimes I'm not sure if it's close enough to the other one, so I'll often, you know, go behind both of them and do it just to make sure, because you never know, you know. And I don't want to come in the next day and find them all grown up, and then I'm bummed out because, you know, it doesn't have the same look. But I really do like all the different size trees around each other. I think it looks really cool. So yeah, and then we're just gonna put some more filler in over here. So some more bushes, wheat fields, and things like that that can just kind of make it look a little more lush. That kind of thing. So yeah, so that's what we're filling in here. I think this is the pale green one. So, and then around the other parts of the island, I also use just the green. So you'll see kind of both colors spread around the island. But I think that did a good job of filling in the space so that it looks nice and full. And so now I'm just kind of trying to find little singular items that can go in between, or maybe fill in these spots, whether it be a flower or a little item or something like that. I like it when it tells me it can't fit another flower, because that means I've filled every space. 'Tis the goal. Nyla would say, you don't have to fill every space. Yes, I know, but I like to. I think it's cute. So that's what we're doing on this one. And now I'm going to put in a little mush circle. And that way we have a little frame to kind of go around another decayed tree. I'm pretty sure I'm putting a decayed tree in here, yeah. I always like to either put leaves under them or something surrounding it, just to make it look more interesting, because they are kind of plain, you know. And then in here we're just putting in, like I said, some more wheat fields, some more bushes, some more flowers, things like that, that just make it look pretty, because I love it. I love a nice full area. I also like making them kind of kitty corner so that they're not really touching. And I think it looks nice to have them like that, so that they're kind of overlayered, because I feel like that's more natural looking. So anyways, and then we're going to head over to the rest of this just blank areas and get them kind of filled in. And that's really all we're doing for the rest of this island. So once we're done, I'll do a little walkthrough of both sides and just kind of show you like how everything came together. But I really do like how it is coming together. It looks really kind of cute. And yeah, I like the lushness of it. Well, hi, Opie. Opie is saying hello to everyone. I think what he's really saying is, why are you not in bed, mother? Because, you know, this is sleepy time, and he usually comes and lays with me in bed. And I am not in bed, and so he's, like, probably a little angry with me. So, anyways, but we're going to go to bed soon, buddy. I know. Anyway, let me get just a couple more things placed down over here, and then we'll do a little walkthrough of the area, and I can show you what it all turned out to look like when you're, don't sit down, girlfriend, when you're walking through. I do like this mush log. I think it's very like universal, because you could have it plain or you can put stuff on it, and I like that. But I do like that it has the wood and the mushrooms mixed together. I do think the ones, some of them look kind of weird, but this one is a good one. In my opinion, I like that one. And I went with my same favorite again with the Trees Bounty light, because I really like that little light. But now we just have this one extra little spot here to fill in, and then we're just about done. And I think for here, I'm also going to put another design on the ground, and we'll see if we can fit maybe another parasol in here or something cute like that. So what are you doing, Joe? Yeah, let's put one of the decorative ones down maybe. I think that would be cute. It would be cuter if it actually went in the way it's supposed to go in. Alright, I need to move to the right spot. I don't know what I'm doing. This is what happens when you're tired and you're trying to get stuff done and you're not thinking right. You're just like, what are you doing? Alright, so there's a little spot for that. And then we're going to go ahead and put down our parasol. Cute. So since I'm using so many of those little mushrooms, I think it's nice just to put something different under each one to make it look kind of different. But now I was just trying to get a little, I like having this back here so that when there is no tent, you can still have something interesting back here. And so I went ahead and snuck back here and tried to get all my little items put back in because they were kind of in the way. So I'm just, these are things I already had placed. I'm just putting them back. But that was all just to get that one mushroom partition back there. So anyways, but yeah, this is the end of this build. So we'll do a little walk through here in just a second. This little campsite area is nice and filled in now. I feel like it goes more with the rest of the island, lots of mushy items. And then we have our little area over here. I'm so happy that it came together and it's done. Here we have our little cider area where you can come and buy apple cider and pick your apples and stuff like that. And then this is our little orchard. And then if you keep walking down this direction, you will see all of the little camping area and stuff like that that's kind of separated off to the left. And then of course we've already seen it, but we'll see it again. Our little bonfire area is over here. So that's our little cozy bonfire where you can come over and tell some ghost stories and just you know, eat your camping food and stuff like that. But thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't liked or subscribed, please do so. And thanks again for being here. I appreciate you guys. Have a great day. Bye guys. Take care.